Hi guys, the Benidorm Enthusiast here, and today I'm going to be covering a question I've seen asked hundreds if not thousands of times on Benidorm forums and social media platforms. What is the best way to get from Alicante Airport into Benidorm? Well, first of all, the best way is going to be different for different people. For some people, the best is the cheapest. For some, it's the quickest. For some people, it's the most comfortable. And for others, it's the most scenic route. So today, I'm going to be going over a few different transport ideas that should cover all of these bases and give you plenty of options for getting to Benidorm from Alicante Airport. Let's start with the cheapest option. The cheapest option is the Alsa Bus. So Alsa is like a coach service, quite similar to the National Express service in the UK. So it runs between most major towns and cities in Spain and most major airports. The service from Alicante Airport to Benidorm runs on the hour from 7 AM to 11 PM in summer, with an extra bus at 11:30 AM. Weekends, the first bus is 8 AM. In the winter months, it's a slightly reduced timetable, on the hour every hour from 7 AM to 7 PM, then 9 PM, and the last one is 11 PM. And again, on weekends, the first bus is 8 AM and the last one is 9 PM. I'll post a link in the video below, description below, where you can check all those times. There are two stops in Benidorm to get off at. The first is the main big bus station on the outskirts of town, and the second is closer to the touristy part of town on the Avenida Europa, in between the old town and the new town. The journey typically takes between 45 minutes to an hour, depending on which stop you're getting off at and depending on traffic as well, of course. And it costs just €8, $7.99 in fact if you book online, but you can also pay when you get to the airport as well. To find the Alsa Bus when you come out of the arrivals hall, look for the lifts or the escalators and go to floor 2. This is actually the departures level, and when you come out of the revolving doors, go to your right and the bus stop is at the end there. The next option you have is by a taxi or a private transfer, and this is going to be the quickest way for you to get into Benidorm because you don't have to wait for the hourly departure time like you do with the bus. There are usually taxis outside on floor 0, which you can just jump in and get on straight away, but these are quite expensive, around €90 to get you into Benidorm. You can also get an Uber, but again, these are quite pricey at around €85, and they're not always available. So I would always recommend that you pre-book a private transfer. And the company that I personally recommend is My Transfers Benidorm. This is by far for me the best option overall to get from the airport into Benidorm when you consider the speed, when you consider comfort and price all rolled into one. I've used these myself, my family use them, and I've sent hundreds of people to book with them, and nobody, not one, has come back to say anything other than excellent. Prices for a private transfer start at €59 for 2 people. You'll be met at the arrivals hall by your driver holding up your name card, whisked off into your car and being resolved in around 45 minutes. The vehicles are all top notch with this company as well. They're very well maintained, they're very clean, very comfortable, and they're very friendly drivers too. If you are a group, it's going to work out really cheap with a private minibus or a private coach transfer. For example, a 16-seater is €115 with My Transfers Benidorm, so that works out at just over €7 a person. It's a no-brainer if you're in a group, really. So if you want more info on these private transfers, drop me an email at thebenidormenthusiast@gmail.com and I can help you get them booked. If you're looking to level up your travelling experience, grab yourself some new luggage from Level 8, who are the sponsors of today's video, giving you guys a fantastic 10% discount. Level 8 luggage is modern, sleek and stylish, but very functional too. The suitcases are lightweight yet durable, and the super smooth 360-degree spinner wheels make it a pleasure to travel with. There's plenty of space inside for all your holiday essentials, but you can also keep everything organised using the dividers and zip compartments. And everything can be kept safe thanks to the TSA approved combination lock. There's loads of choice on the website, from single cases to sets, and they all come in a great range of colours and sizes too. I absolutely love my level 8 luggage. It just makes travel less stressful without compromising on style. So grab yourself some new luggage today by following the link below in our video description and use the code Benidorm10 to get your 10% off. Another option to get you from Alicante Airport to Benidorm is a shared transfer, like a shuttle bus really. This is the type of transfer that you'd have included in your holiday if you book a package deal. But you can book the shuttle type separate if you booked flights and accommodation separate too. And these can be pretty cheap at around €11 at one way, but they do sometimes take a long time to get you into Benidorm. Because first of all, you'll have to wait for all the other passengers to get on the bus, and then you often have to go all around the houses, dropping other passengers off en route to your hotel stop. That's not so bad, I suppose, if you do want a little bit more of a look around Benidorm on your way, but sometimes what should be a 45-minute journey can turn into 2.5 hours more travelling. Some companies do offer a speedy shuttle service. I think BeniConnect is one of them, and I think it's just under €17. And by this speedy shuttle service, they guarantee a maximum of 6 stops or something like that, and that will cut down the journey time. So that might be an option that you want to have a look at as well. Now for a more scenic option, for those of you that perhaps like to integrate the travelling part of your holiday with some more sightseeing. You can get the local bus from the airport into the city centre of Alicante, and from there you could get the tram to Benidorm. Alicante is a beautiful city, and we do plan to do some videos showing you around the city very soon. It is definitely worth a visit, and if you can go this way from the airport, you could incorporate a full day sightseeing in Alicante into your itinerary. From the airport, you'll need to get the C6 bus line into the city centre, and that's only a couple of euros, I believe. There are a few stops to get off at, but the main one for the tram station in Alicante is Luceros. Obviously, you could get off at a different spot and you could have a wander through the city, do some shopping, grab a bite to eat if you wanted to make a real day of it. There's plenty of sightseeing to do in Alicante, and there are plenty of luggage storage facilities in Alicante that you could use for a few hours before making your way into Benidorm on the tram. So then, when you are ready to complete your journey into Benidorm, make your way to the Luceros tram stop, and from there it's the L1 line that will take you into Benidorm. I think the price for this journey is €2.80 at the moment, so very cheap, and the tram runs every half an hour from 5:34 a.m. to 10:04 p.m. The tram ride takes around 1 hour 20 minutes, so it is quite a long journey with 29 stops en route, but it's a very scenic ride, so if you're not bothered about time, just sit back and enjoy the views. We do hope to take you on some tram journeys very soon. We've been on about it for a long time on the channel, but because there's been a lot of work going on causing disruption on the lines, that's been putting us off making any videos. But it's a direct route now between Alicante and Benidorm. No more disruptions on the line at the moment, so I'm sure we will do a tram video or two for you soon. The tram stops in Benidorm are a little bit out of the way from the main tourist areas, so you might then want to jump in a taxi or on another local bus to get you to your hotel. So that last option is a really roundabout way of getting to Benidorm from Alicante Airport, but I'm sure it may be of interest to some of you guys watching. There is also a bus that you could get from Alicante city centre to Benidorm, but I think the tram is a much nicer journey. You could also hire a car and pick that up from the airport and drive yourself into Benidorm, and then use the car for some more sightseeing trips during your holiday as well. For hiring a car, I would recommend you use Discover Cars to compare prices, and I'll post a link in the video description for those, as well as links for more information on all these transport options mentioned. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope that you found it useful too. Give us a big thumbs up if you have, and subscribe to the channel for more informative videos and Benidorm stuff in the future. Also, check us out on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok, at the Benidorm Enthusiast. Stay positive and stay safe.